is Addie Langford, and I am a proud member of the Robinson Committee here at the bbac. And we've just gotten this show up on the wall and wanted to just give you a quick tour, highlight a few pieces. The show is called Offering, and it's a really exciting collage of works from Colorado, Detroit, Flint, where else? We are coming from Los Angeles, and who else do we have in the room? Philadelphia. So we have a real cross-section of works that are about sort of a transcendent states, sort of the spaces in between that which is physical and real, and that which is spiritual, that which is unknown. And one of the most exciting things about this exhibition that I've co-curated with Christy Zamora is that all of these artists are at different stages of their career. We have quite accomplished artists. We have new emerging talent that just graduated, and they're all working in different materials at different scales, and I think you'll be able to see that in these works that we look at. So first, hopefully Ed Fraga from Detroit here, his works are coming to us courtesy of Lindbergh Gallery. We have 3 of his works in the gallery, and this work is a large-scale painting called Blue Bed. And hopefully Ed will be able to come and talk about his process a little bit more, so I'll let him fill in the details. But his work really centers around loss, the issue of loss and separation, and different states of being, and the transition that one goes through at certain rites, sort of rites of passage. And I think I'll leave it at that. As you can see, we're still taped to the wall with our gallery notation. But Betty Saar, this work is coming to us courtesy of the Mott Warsh collection in Flint, Michigan. A very exceptional collection of African American works. Betty is in Los Angeles, and her work mainly is about exploring the mystical, collaging different materials, different images that have to do with memory and fragments, and the spaces in between past and present. This is a really exciting work. What is interesting about this show is that we have pieces that look and feel like traditional altarpieces, and at the same time, very, very contemporary works. This one by Katie Martineau-Caron. She is from Lafayette, Colorado, recent graduate of Cranbrook Art Academy. And this piece is really looking at the idea of the wonder of visual experience and the ability of simply looking at something to transport you somewhere, be it a place in your mind, some place you remember, and the sort of switchback that occurs between looking at these actual objects and then seeing their reflection in the plexi material, and also then when the viewer crouches in to see the work or bends over, seeing one's own reflection and the work, in fact, in back of you, and all of these different layers of looking and how these things come into your mind through your body and create the sense of switchback or gap. Then we have a completely different view here with Guy Adamak. His pottery, he's a Flint artist, Flint, Michigan, and he is completely committed to the functional vessel. And these forms, he's looking at the idea of sort of the inevitable omniscient presence of some kind of spiritual, let's not call it God, but some sense of an eternal presence, that he's used the vessel form. He's curious about what one might choose to put in these vessels, if one chooses to leave them empty, the ideas that they might contain, and he has a masterful control of his surface texture. If you get up close and see the detail, they're incredible symbols that he has helped occur within the crackle glaze. It's also very important that these works are thrown at one time from one piece. If you come down and you look at the profile of these works, you'll notice the most gorgeous, subtle color reflection of a red glaze that's underneath. Very, very subtle, and brings this sort of hum of a living presence. And the works are very challenging. They are porcelain. If anyone's ever worked with porcelain, you know how it moves on its own. And so Guy's 40 years of experience as a potter really shows in the parallel nature of these planes. I think that they're also really in visual conversation with the book piece by Gail Malinac on the opposite side of the gallery. The colors are exceptional in the way that they speak with one another. They're not talking about the same things. Gail's piece is more concerned with information and the storage of information, our move into the technical realm, and how we perceive writing and books, and how we've perceived as a culture these things as truth, and are they actually, were they in the first place, are they still? So she's, her commentary is, by putting these books outside, they may look like the artist just soaked them in a tub, but they've actually been set outside, and we will have photographs in the gallery when you come to observe that process, winter, spring, summer, fall. So Catherine Pete, and this work actually stands. We're waiting on our trusty dusty gallery racks. But this is just such an intimate little piece. And if you'll notice on the right, the Twin Towers are smoking. And then on the left, there's the Roman Colosseum. This is called When in Rome. Very, very sensitive, small montages, or assemblages actually. And each of them has very different meaning to her. Some are about current events, about specific people. And these are really open. She wants you to bring your idea to the work. And there's a lot of mythological, references in the work.